Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Melody Llama Arts. Today we're going to be doing our first ever edition of character design reviews. We're going to look over some of fiction's interesting character designs and I'm going to give you my take on them. Just a light, fun video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Now, the first one we're actually going to go over is My Hero Academia's All Might. We kind of have two designs to go over here because there is the scrawny looking All Might that kind of... First of all, I think the hair on scrawny looking All Might is actually just as cool as the hair on buff All Might. Scrawny All Might is actually like unhumanly proportioned. Like he's actually just... I don't know what's going on with his eyes. He just actually looks... He doesn't look human. He kind of reminds me of Grimm from Billy and Mandy. That's probably the closest thing I can come up with. But, you know, in some instances, his hair kind of almost gets to, like, the Sasuke haircut. It's a cool cut. I actually rock with, I don't know, Dehydrated All Might. So, and then when we jump to Buff All Might, I mean, this is practically perfect, right? The American superhero, which is odd because the actual American superhero in My Hero Academia also reps like the American flag look. You'd think that they would make it so that the American hero would have like the Japanese look, but I guess not. So All Might's kind of stealing drip here. But it still looks cool, you know? Proportions on him is all great. Body is buff as shit, as it should be. And then I guess the other one is this weird like movie All Might. It's fine. It's just, you know, him having like white on his eyes just doesn't look right to me. So All Might overall, I'm gonna give All Might like a high B. Scrawny All Might a high B, and then this weird All Might. I mean, he's probably good like in a vacuum, but when you look at original All Might and then this, it just doesn't look right to me. So we're gonna give that one like a C-. Now the next one is totally unrelated, but it is Metal Gear's Raiden. This design is probably one of the like no nonsense coolest designs of all time. I mean, you look at the cover for the game and it's probably like the coolest cover you've ever seen. The old Metal Gear 2 design isn't half bad either. The like more skeletal looking armor he has on, it definitely doesn't ring as unique and as wild as like the, you know, Revengeance Raiden. This Raiden is just, it's just perfect. You couldn't if you told like someone to, or you know, a deity to design the perfect cybernetic ninja, yeah, this would probably be the best possible option that could come up. I'm gonna give Raiden like an S, you know, or A+ if you don't want to use an S. It's probably as close to a perfect design as you can get. The bottom jaw being like skeletal and like cybernetic is a cool touch. I like that they keep some of the skeletal aspects of Metal Gear 2's design, because, you know, in Revengeance he kind of does lose the skeletal look on the chest piece, but he does keep it a bit on his face. It's still really cool. I'm going to give it again an A+. Now the next one's actually going to be Reptile from the Mortal Kombat video games. This one's interesting because you got a lot of these. So we're going to jump into a couple. If we're going to look at the OG Reptile, I mean, he is just a green ninja. And, you know, I mean, that works. It's kind of hard to say anything negative about the classic ninja designs. You know, I'm probably like a C. You know, it's in the middle. Doesn't really do anything, but doesn't do anything bad. He does just look like a generic soldier though. Once we get into like the era of the 3D era, I wasn't rocking with any of these reptile designs. Even the fully like lizard one, I wasn't rocking with it. I think they all look very strange. And then MK9 also doesn't do it for me. That one is just it. I mean, especially once we get to MKX, this one just doesn't have the sauce. You know. The mouth guard just doesn't look right. I don't know. I just don't like the MK9 design either. But once we get to MKX, now we're talking. This is probably my favorite reptile. And I know that there's another one that people really like, but MKX's reptile is really cool. I love the armor, the kind of bone tribal armor he has on. I think it suits reptile very well. I like that the mouth guard is more snout-like. I think that was my issue with MK9's. MKX does go through that like snout look. I think it's great as well. Now, when we're looking at MK1's reptile design, this one kind of just like abandons the whole should we do a human or should we do a reptile kind of deal, and they're just like, let's do both entirely separately. The lizard design it's fine. It's cool. It kind of is like close to just like the lizard design from the Amazing Spider-Man, so it doesn't give me the fondest memories because that movie wasn't good. But the reptile human design is certainly better. It kind of loses the ninja aspect of it, and I don't know if people necessarily care. You know, I never really viewed reptile as a ninja, anyways. Ever since like the first design, so this is fine. You're going further away from the original reptile, and I think that it works for the character. I'm gonna give this one like a B minus. MKX would be like a B plus, and then the 3D Arrow ones like a D. So that's my take on reptile. Now you want an absolute disaster. I present you Shunhei, however you say his name, from King of Fighters 15. This has to genuinely be one of the worst designs I've ever seen. There is so much wrong with this. Like, the weird colors. He's got like a purple tie on with the red lining on his jacket. The weird bluish green hair. Why on earth is one of his pants rolled up? Those kicks are trash. You know, everything's all wrong here. He's got these biker gloves on. He's trying to go for like 15 different looks. He's got headphones on. I don't care to know what he's possibly listening to. Probably like Fall Out Boys or something like that. This is just a disaster. He's got like one side of the jacket, or not even. He's actually not wearing the jacket in any side. He's just got like the flaps of the arms of the jacket flying around. This is so crazy. You went from Kyo, who's like a very simple design, or, you know, Terry's another really good design. It's just simple. And then this is just like some kind of atrocity. This is just like, I don't like this design. This is actually going to be like a F. You know, this ain't it. This is not it. Now we have Yamcha from the Dragon Ball franchise. There's a couple looks for Yamcha here, but they don't differentiate too much. It's mostly his cut. But I will say that in OG Dragon Ball, when he was in the green and he had the little like scimitar or whatever the hell he had on his side, I think that's the best Yamcha look. I wish we could have gotten closer to that. I know they gave him like the orange gi, but I mean, it's just generic. And you know, Krillin was already wearing it, Goku was wearing it, Gohan wears it later on. Yamcha's got no business wearing this. And I know that he was a student just like everybody else, but come on, the green stood out a lot for Yamcha. I thought the cut was cool. I don't know, his first appearance was dope. In that one movie, he looked really cool when he does the Wolfang Fist. It just fit a lot more with his design. I think his worst design is actually in the start of Dragon Ball Z, where he has the long hair with the orange, because the long hair to me no longer fits Yamcha because of the new outfit he has on. I feel like that hair fit the green look, the more bandit look. This hair on the martial arts Yamcha, I'm not feeling it. But he then cuts it off, and he looks a lot more, I don't want to say bad. There's this scar on his face. The scar always adds a bit of detail. You know, you put a scar on anybody, it's gonna look cool. But he, you know, when you look at it, especially after the Blue Saga, he really looks like Gohan if you take that scar out. But I think Yamcha looks fine. These designs are not impressive, and I think Krillin rocks the orange gi a lot better. So, I'm gonna say a C minus for the two Z Yamcha designs. B minus for the Dragon Ball original Yamcha design. Last and certainly not least, we have our boy here, Redestro from the My Hero franchise. Holy shit. This design is it's actually crazy. And I know that people are going to look at the nose, right? You know, that's the funny part. That's the, you know, the scientist from Phineas and Ferb. You know, it's all funny and stuff. Can we take a look at his hair, though? I mean, it's just as ridiculous. The smile alone is already crazy. The fit, I mean, this like weird like Al Capone like jacket he's got on with the green shirt underneath. It is so strange. But I will say, when he goes full on symbiote Venom, it looks kind of cool. You know, nose and all. You know, kind of going for that Joker look from the animated series. I look, this might sound crazy. I kind of rock with it. B-. So those were some of my character design reviews. If you guys have people that you want me to talk about, leave them down below. I'm going to be doing videos like this weekly. They're just fun videos to go over some of my designs as an aspiring character designer. I love watching designs and taking anything, good or bad, that I can take from these character designs. So if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, the usual deal. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take it easy. Bye.